happen.
We know problems, so now what
Solution.
do we do for solutions?
Right.
Like we already know what we suffer from in the community, and we know resources is that. You know what I mean, if education is that. You know, what alternative do we have for a full-time adult education program, not 2 days? I mean, do we have work counselors that can work with these kids to help them get them? Because this is the thing, as the church family or whatever, like we can get them in, we can preach and preach and preach, and you can tickle their ear. But once they get here, what's next?
I'll tell
So-
you this.
The resources is not a problem. I'm sorry to say, the resources are not the problem. It's the foundation, a building. The resources is not a problem, because the resources come with foundation. We don't have a foundation. If we had the foundation, it's easy to get the resources. It's easy, it's easy.
So I'm gonna tell y'all safe streets, okay, everyone. We have 3 floors here. It's not as big. We don't have a recreation center, but we have a total of 7 office space upstairs. My goal is I print, teach these kids how to print. Whatever y'all want to come and use here, you're more than welcome to come here. Whatever ideas, if it's helping these young people have computers upstairs, whatever we can do to help our young people. I know some of the kids from Trail can't get here, but we got to get a bus. Whatever it takes to bring them here to have a place to go to. Set some computers up.
That's where the problem comes in. My child shouldn't have to come here.
Right. And live in Cherry Hill.
And live in Cherry Hill. You know, I have a son, my son played basketball at Bitlow. Why do I have to transport my child all the way up West Baltimore to play basketball when we had a rec center right here?
Right.
It makes no sense. I mean, my thing is I'm no good to my community if we're not standing. I gotta start at home and make sure home right. And our home is not right. It's not right.
What's bothering me is you shouldn't be doing a lot of that work. There's people, see, there's something wrong with, see, you got elected officials, they gotta work for you.
They do.
And,
They
and
do.
it's
I
like
have a
this.
good relationship.
All we should be saying is, we need a rec center in Cherry Hill.
Well, Cherry Hill have done everything except for what he just said, and that's go to the media. But we can't go to the media with 10 uneducated kids. Sorry, we can't go to. If we want to get something done, this has to be. Let's go to all 4 schools. Come and touch and agree and come in agreement with. Let's get all of these schools doing school hours to get a letter signed from these parents. Let's get them in front of 163, the whole entire school, the high school, and those 3 elementary schools. Okay, now you get a youth. You get one of those educated kids down in each school to speak. And let them speak, not coached. Let them speak what this rec did for them. You know, I have a young lady that has her own business that come up under me from up the rec. Tasha been talking about this. Tasha, I've done many fashion shows, and Tasha always told me this is what she want to do, and she did. So it's no secret what that rec has done for a lot of these kids.
If the media doesn't build rec, you have to go through, what did the governor say? What did the mayor say? What did every representative that even touches Cherry Hill, what have they said?
Nothing. That's why if you go to the media, it opens. I can't say that what the governor said because we haven't talked to the governor. But what I'm saying is, once you get that media attention and burn, it gets their attention. The ones that didn't know, now they know. Now they want to talk to somebody.
Question, and I didn't go to the last meeting, but when did they say they was gonna give y'all our answer? They didn't say?
This was in like I said, I'm talking to Easter. She's waiting just like we wait. That's Roxy Bolts.
All right, okay. I have something for you by Friday. Trying to get something by Friday about it. Yeah, y'all can have a seat wherever you want. Sheena, I'm gonna ask you, yeah, come on, stand up.
What was the pastor's name?
They don't know the
What is it?
Nolan Pope?
He gonna give you a call.
Nolan Pope one.
And he's the director for Safe Street Cherry Hill, so we want to call it.
So, Sheena, would you like to have something to say? I know we're going to a visual now. Paula.
Basically,
It's this now. Let me turn it on.
Oh, no, everybody can hear me, right? Basically, the only thing I can say is that we can all continue to communicate, have platforms like this come together as one. It's important to have unison. And basically, I'm the youth officer. Anything that I can do in the Southern District, I'm Cherry Hill. I represent the whole entire Southern District. But anything that I can do, just reach out to me. I'll give my name, Sheena Newman, and my email is my same name, SHEENA .Newman. I'll give out some cards, NEWMAN @BaltimorePolice.org. I know the young lady here is taking notes, so I'll give out some cards, and basically let's just work together. So that's all I have to say. In reference to the youth, I'm one of the youth officers at the Southern District. So any meetings, a lot of times we don't know about the meetings that you may have other than the scheduled community meetings. We have schedules for that, but like the meeting that you're talking about last week, I didn't know nothing about it. I was invited tonight by Pastor Harvin, so that's why I'm here. So if you have meetings that you want the police department to come to, I would be the person to contact, okay? So that way we can all be in the same platform and can work together, okay?
Thank you.
I have a young man before I know we get ready to get out of here, so we're trying to make it to the visual. Paul, can you come in for 1 second? He's not from Cherry Hill, but, and all of us in here have
Hello.
a past, and just interacting with him, just talking to him. You're fine. You're good. You know, you're good. If you can just tell us, like, far as just a little about yourself and.
Well, unexpectedly, but I'm from East Baltimore. I don't really have no unique story. I've been in and out of the prison system probably since I was about 13. I just came home from a bit, but I just think it's really no male role model. You know, it's like the older guys is dressing like the younger guys. I mean, I hear a lot of concerns, but they need role model. They need somebody to look like. And if all they looking like is with the people they see, there's no real change. You know, there's nothing to do but watch TV and watch the people that they see. They have no alternatives. So they see men dressed like men, you know, shirt, tie, just look a little casual every now and then. Nobody's saying you gotta change your whole style up, but I mean, I can help out as much as I can. I don't really have, like I said, a unique story. I'm just a guy that's trying to make a change. That's it. You know, and as Star said, you know, it's really building a bridge because you can't really stop all of the violence per se.
Right.
I mean, the judicial system is based on violence. I mean, what would it be without violence? I mean, you just basically need to build a platform for people to come where they feel comfortable about sharing about the things that they need to talk about. And I don't know, I mean, that's basically it. I ain't really no scholar or nothing. I just talk a little bit, you know. That's basically it. They need role models. They need people to look up to. You know, young black man that not only play basketball but really go back to like justice, success. They don't do those things. Officer friendly day. They don't have things. They don't have careers to look forward to. They only think basketball and sports is the only way out. They need to know that they just as smart as the white kids. They can be computer programmers and engineers. If it's, you know, perpetuated some kind of platform for them to know it's okay to be smart and intelligent. That's it. So, thank you guys.
One last, Antonio's gonna say something, then we're gonna kind of close it out, because, she's taking some notes, and I am gonna, meet with a representative, at the government's office, I think on Thursday, meeting, so I feel bad, because Cherry Hill, you know, is my home, but I thought that situation was taken care of, I didn't know that it wasn't taken care of as of yet, as far as the rec. Paul, I thank you so much, but Antonio, I'm gonna call you up for 1 second, and he used to go to the recreational centers as well in Cherry Hill. This is my son right here, but, you can just,
I kind of like to add on
Paul.
what Paul has said. I agree with him 100%. And also, this time I said, I used to go to the rec. I'm one of the kids that grew up, you know, in the one in college and doing something different. So I live in Philadelphia right now. Born and raised in Cherry Hill, a lot of people know me. I believe is that Paul said you need like male role models. Despite the fact that, you know, Cherry Hill has a stigma that comes with the name, it's changing, you know, being gentrified. The guys, even though they were, you know, alleged criminals, they were the ones who told me not to do what they did. You know, and I guess I was one of the kids who actually went the opposite way rather than, you know, I would believe that you have to have like a male role model, someone you can look up to and see an image, not the stereotypical. Not, oh, he's a rapper, or he's a basketball player, but, oh, he's a lawyer, he's a doctor. I mean, I know we have a lot of great people who come from Cherry Hill, like Billy Murphy, but not the fact is they don't go back. And because they don't give back, simply speaking. But I think you need someone like that. You need that type of image, and give the kids a different option other than what's offered. Let them play chess. A lot of those kids are really intelligent. One of my friends, he broke a record. He didn't say he didn't go to college, but he broke the record when he was in high school. When he was in elementary, and 163 for having the highest GPA. I think his name was the test actually, like the middle school prep in Cherry Hill history. For science, reading, and math. And due to his circumstances, he ended up going the wrong way. He ended up getting put into a group home. And it kind of messed his way of life up. But that was the circumstances that he was, born into. And I guess, things happen. I was blessed to have gone a different route. But a lot of those kids are intelligent. A lot of those kids have, a lot of skills other than the stereotypical. A lot of those kids have a lot of aspirations, visions. They want to be a scientist. They want to be a neuroscientist or a cop or a politician, whatever, other than the stereotype. But I believe that the rec also plays a good part of it. I never forget Miss Termite, Brock, Beans. These are people who actually, nurtured us as kids. We had tournaments, we had baseball, we had lacrosse, not just sports. They knew every kid that came in, whether you was from, and Cherry Hill was divided by 4 parts. So whether you from up the hill, you claim, up the hill, down the hill, hillside, or Cotton Court.
Hey.
You went to that rec, you went to the rec and everyone knew you. Or back in the day when we were kids, once we finished playing football, I'll never forget Coach Mike had said, this is one thing that always stuck with him. He said, once the season's over, he said, you kids, he said, you got to find something to do or else you're going to end up, going against each other. He said, I promise you now, if you kids don't find nothing, because, you grow out of football after 10, 14, I think 11, 14, that's it. So he said, you can end up joining one of these sides. And that's exactly what happened. The same guys we hung out with, ended up beefing, and, the rest is history. Which ended in a bad way, a tragic way. So they need something. They need something to, kind of guide them other than an image. Luckily in high school, I had something more going. A lot of those guys had something more going mentally, but because of their circumstances, not food to eat at home. Their moms or their father, is on drugs. So it's kind of like, I gotta provide. McDonald's $7.25 is not helping out. So you have to provide something to where they kind of increase their thoughts of aspiring to be something more. And a lot of people say college is not for everyone, but there are other routes, legal routes. Start your own business. Because this is the social media era, you can do a lot more. People become comedians. Not every black person or Latino person has to become an entertainer, but you can use those platforms to do something. But if we use the rec or an adult, within the Cherry Hill community or the Southern District, to use those platforms and kind of perpetuate it to those kids, you can do this, and then show them this little kid who's actually doing something legally as a motivational speaker or telling his story. I think a lot of kids want their story to be heard. However, they feel insecure. They feel like a lot of people don't understand them until they actually put into the presence of someone who went through the same exact thing as them. So I think we need more rec centers. I think we need an objective and an agenda that kind of push towards the kid that is realistic and not idealistic. Something that they can understand, simple.